Good morning, YouTube. So we are switching up our, I don't know what it's called, posting theme. We're just switching up the content just a little bit. Today I am talking about how, good morning, YouTube. Okay. So today I'm switching up content a little bit because I'm tired. I don't want to be productive today. I know it's a Monday, but I have plenty of other work days to make up for that. So it's just today I am telling you guys how I lowered my screen time. No, I'm not going to be dishonest in here and say I lowered my screen time 85% because I'm just not that type of person. However, there has been things to kind of help. Like for example, my TikTok got hacked into. So if you ever like go to my videos and see that my profile is not there no more, what happened was my TikTok got hacked into because I got the notification that TikTok was saying that I am underage, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm 24, TikTok, something's not, adding up here. So I kept scrolling and I kept noticing I kept getting reported, and I'm like, well, I've never broken a community standard. So, and I literally did all the, necessary, precautions to come with TikTok. Like I was checking my, checking your account to make sure you haven't broke any, community standards, like all the necessary, precaution when it comes to having TikTok. And guess what? It turns out my account was hacked into, and that's why I don't know how it happened, but TikTok thought I was underage, but I'm 24. I'm in the process of making a new TikTok, but honestly, being without TikTok has been a lot nicer and lowered my screen time some. So I guess that counts as a tip. Something happens to your TikTok, sometimes it's just not even worth it downloading it back, in my opinion. I mean, things are changing these days. Things are changing because the work it comes into rebuilding your TikTok after something like that happens. It's sucky. It's sucky. Okay, so tip number 2, hobbies closet. Something that saved a lot of time for me because I notice I get really burnt out on social media really quick these days. Having a free hobbies box, and I still use this hack, on days where it's I just need to breathe. This is a lot. I just need to breathe. I need to take a time out. This is a lot. So I have a little hobbies box where I keep hobbies that I already have around the house, because here's the thing, it also saves money. And when you got some babies, you got to save the money in all possible scenarios. So use the hobbies you already have, regardless if it's a coloring book. It's fine. Coloring's fine. Regardless if it's books around the house, because at one point I was wasting all my money on all these different paperback books because I don't like technology. I prefer paperback. And well, you know what? So read what you already have in your house. Use all the coloring books you already have in your house. Go outside. Hobbies you already have. It's not worth spending extra money, and you'll cut your screen time down to a certain percentage. Because I understand doom scrolling. I do. I do it too. We all do it. It's a guilty habit. It happens. Walks. I know the weather has been kind of yucky, and I can't do the heat. I'm outside right now because it's really nice in the mornings, but in the afternoons, if I was to go on a walk, I overheat too easily for me to be going out on walks. But walking is good too. I mean, there's no harm in listening to music. I mean, yeah, it will probably make your screen time go up a little bit, but technically, if you're listening to music, there's no harm in that. You're still getting your walk in. You're still, cutting back that screen time just a notch. It's fine. gardening, I've been really wanting to start gardening to cut back on screen time, but here's the thing, I am just stupid when it comes to gardening, and I don't know, anything about the sense of like starting starting with gardening or learning about gardening, or you know what I'm saying. I've always wanted to start a garden, but I'm stupid when it comes into that context, and I guess I need to learn. Sourdough. Am I the only single mom that has tried to do the sourdough starter? Or you know what I'm talking about. Home egg projects. It's a wonderful way to cut back on your screen time, but when it comes to making sourdough, it's not the easiest process. Maybe it's because I was stupid in that area too, and I assume everyone's like, use yeast, it will make, that's why your sourdough isn't rising, you gotta use yeast. And I'm like, and I used, I made focaccia bread last year, and it was wonderful, it was great, baking's fun, it helps you cut back on screen time too. But when it comes to sourdough, I guess I assumed you didn't need yeast, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe you don't need yeast, but all the bubbles was there. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. I looked at it every day. It never looked different. It just never made any changes. What did I name my sourdough starter? Oh, Ruby Rose. But because I thought, if I give it a name, that's loving your sourdough starter. So I was trying to make the same. So it looked like it was contaminated, because I was trying to, I wanted a little bit of sunlight, but I wanted to keep too much sunlight out of it, so I took one of those pandemic COVID masks that you wear in hospitals, and I stuck it over the sourdough, and I don't know, I did something wrong. I did something wrong to my sourdough. I need to try again in the future and learn more, because Ruby Rose looked rough, but it was very fun. It was a fun hobby, and I hope Ruby Rose forgives me. A checklist routine. Checklist is what keeps you accountable, and when you're being accountable, you're being productive. You're obviously going to cut back on screen time. Time tracker, that helps you keep track of your time, of when you do what. Am I getting the most out of my day? Am I getting enough sleep at night? Am I on my phone too much? There is a tracker on your phone that tells you about your screen time. I use it, and it tells you, okay, I'm spending too much time on this app. Time to cut back on this app. I'm posting too much. I'm doing too much. A lot of that has changed, and it helped. I'm way more productive, I can honestly say. A weekly reflection. So how I do my weekly reflections when it comes to my phone and technology is every Sunday I put it in my Sunday reset. Sunday resets is how you set up your day for the week, in my personal opinion. And when you have a Sunday reset, if you add your screen time, add your, list of phone, for me, I don't check all my notifications until the end of the day. And I try to, because there was several notifications that was just sitting on my phone. I'm surprised my phone hasn't got overstimulated with all the notifications, and because I just never checked my notifications, so I don't notice anything. I don't notice when, I don't know, someone unadded me, and it took me 5 months to realize it, but it wasn't an ad. It was it was because she told me, she's like, oh no, I can't get back into my account. And I didn't even notice it for 5 months. But that's good, because it shows that I'm not always on my phone, and I just, I didn't take nothing personal. Okay, it's fine. Make sure phones are updated. Yes, if your phones aren't updated, your phone will just go, kablooey, and it'll get tired and retired. Anyways, and remove unnecessary apps you don't use, because that will give you more notifications on your phone, girl. That will make your screen time go up in a heartbeat. Listen to my body. If for me, my body has trouble sleeping when I'm always on my phone. I have this like energy that I can't like slow down. I feel very, not necessarily manic, but like when I'm always on my phone, but I feel like I get the concept of like I can't slow down. I'm feeling like trapped in my phone. I'm feeling like this energy that like I can't slow down, girl. So, you know, that's a sign that you are on your phone too much, in my opinion. And your body can also send, you know, signals. It's like, hey, I need to put my phone down. I need to drink water. I need to do this. I just, you know, your body will tell you what you need. App time limits. I don't personally put limits on my apps, but I'm not on my apps too much throughout the day to notice what's going on with them, evidently. So, I didn't set a limit, but it's a good idea. It's a good concept. Awareness. Yes, for me, I'm very self-aware when it comes to myself, and that's a good quality to have when you're very, like, self-aware. I'm very self-aware, and I love that about me, because I know the second I am doing too much when it comes to my phone, because I'm got that. I have that, like, self-awareness when it comes to myself. It's like, you know, I'm on my phone too much. I want to put my phone down. And honestly, when you're more self-aware, that will send signals to your body as well, because that creates signals in the body to where you will know you are on your phone. Track screen time. I briefly mentioned tracking our screen time, because here's the thing. There's this in your settings. There's this little digital tool. You can also, if you are very what's the word I'm looking for? If you are very an expert with technology, there is a setting on your phone where you can blow up your screen time and put it on the very top of your phone. I used to be very much so understand that portion of my phone, but I don't know how to do it now, but I used to know how to do it. But you can blow up your screen time, put it at the very top of your screen, and it will show you at the very top of your screen how much you were on your phone throughout the day. So it will, you know, if you can see it, you visualize it, it's right in front of your face, you'll know when, you know, if your screen time says you were on your phone 62 hours of your week, that's a bit much. So, okay. Turn comments off. I do turn, when I had TikTok, this was very helpful. I wish I could do it with Facebook, because I don't get on Facebook. But so if you have a way, or I don't know if I had my comments completely turned off on TikTok, but I had to go in, and the way I had it, it also cut back on screen time, because I wasn't getting the little notification pop, 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 you know, at the top of my screen, to where people were always commenting, you know, on my videos, which was rare. I didn't get a lot of comments, but to be fair, I never checked. I had a setting on my TikTok to where, and this was when I had TikTok, I had to go in and approve every single comment. Of course, at the time, I did not know that that's how you have to also go in and review your comments, because I never went through, you know, when I post stuff, I don't always go back later and review the stuff I post. And a lot of times I did not, you know, with TikTok, you see your post from like a year ago, and you're like, oh, somebody, you know, if you have your comments like I did turned off, it's, you know, it's like, oh, I forgot to approve that comment from like 2 years ago. Whoops. I was not ignoring your comments, you guys. But, so when you go in and you have that setting on your TikTok, honestly, the reason why I did it isn't because I was blocking out any kind of form of hate comments. It's just because I wanted to lower my screen time So when you have the boop boop, you know, pop up, it will just keep your, you know, notifications to a lower minimum. More self-care. The more self-care and the more time you are away from chaos, the less likely you are to doom scroll. When you're taking care of yourself, here's the thing, I did not know a thing about what doom scrolling was until I went to therapy myself, and I'm like, that kind of hits the knocker on what I'm doing. You know, I'm always on my phone. I'm on my phone too much. I feel it throughout my body. I feel it throughout my bones. This is like clearly taking a toll, like when it comes to your like mental health and stuff. When you're on your phone too much, just casually doom scroll. Don't going down the doom spiral. They call it, well, doom scrolling. Going down the doom spiraling, doom scrolling. I haven't been to therapy in a year, because, and I love therapy. I do. It's such a good tool to have, but I haven't been to therapy in quite some time because I'm just very busy, and of course I still put my mental health top priority. I'm doing very well. It just, you know when it's time to, you know, not go anymore, or, you know, because I went regular for like a regular period of time, and yes, that counts as self-care. I did it virtual, so I mean, it added to my screen time, but, you know, that still counts as self-care too, and that will help you be more self-aware as well, and it will help you not doom scroll or don't go down the shame spiral. That was the tool. I still remember all the tools I learned in therapy, and it's not that I don't put them into effort. I you know, sometimes when you take time off from therapy, because it's just time, you know, I knew all the purple tools, I knew what I needed to work on, and sometimes you have to put that into work your own self instead, you know, because I went like consistently for a year, every single week, never missed a week, but I'm like, you know, I know to do the right things. I know the right things to do. It's just a matter of me doing it, and it was time for that independence of putting what I learned into action. So, you know, and I was very self-aware when it came to that. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope the tools I have given you helps you cut back on your screen time. I know I could use a little working on my screen time still to this day. And I'm definitely not 85% down on my screen time, you guys. I mean, I can't say, cut your screen time to 85%. No offense. If you can do that, you are very well put together. And bravo to you, girl. But I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I'm sure I could if I worked a little harder. But whew, that's hard to do. It's way more easier said than done. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.